Yo, what up, what up, what up? This bike. Yizzo. Damn, there's a lot of y'all in here already. Good afternoon. About to get on this joint and spin for about an hour. Who is Fox 5? Fox 5. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in here, and then we'll talk about it briefly. I won't be in here long. I just felt the need to touch on this a little bit because there's people that's saying they're speaking about what he did and it was wrong. But Fox 5 was a friend of some of us. He was a co-worker of some of us. He was a comrade of some of us. So I'm just gonna speak to that, and I'll give y'all a little bit of insight. Y'all can go look this case up if y'all want. He said Fox 5, a battle rapper. Yeah, rest in peace to Fox 5. Unfortunately, my friend was killed. He was a friend of mine from the DVD era. Fox 5 is a DVD legend. He was. Fox 5 goes all the way back to Too Raw from the Streets when I think New York was battling Philly and shit. I think he battled Shellyano. But Fox 5 is a battle rapper. If you go watch the Queen's Flip episode of Gangsta Lou, the guy that's sitting next to him on the couch, that's Fox 5. I just want to get on here and, give my condolences to him. Very, very sad situation. Very sad situation. Let me get to where I can sit down. Very sad situation. Yesterday morning, about 9:40 in the morning, Fox 5 allegedly, well, it's in the paper because it's not alleged because there's victims. Fox 5 attacked some elderly people on the train platform, on the train, and with a machete. He wounded some people. Two of them was cut in the head. One of them was like 80 years old, and one of them was an elderly lady. And you probably see a lot of posts with his name on it on IG. A lot of people, just acknowledging him because he was one of us. And when I say one of us, we started in the DVD era. You didn't need no credentials. All you needed a camera and some MCs to film. Back then, guys like Fox 5 was a big star, man. And when the DVD era was no more, it just kind of makes you wonder, where does the stars go who no longer have a stage? You got people who are rap musicians, and then you have people who are rappers. I wouldn't consider Fox 5 like probably, even though he had music out. Shout out to the Trey side. That's Streets and Joe Light. Even though he had, music, he was more so a rapper. Somebody who would, dominate ciphers and shit like that. Like, he could flat out rap. He probably wasn't the greatest rap musician. And after the DVD era, during the DVD era, rappers they didn't need a beat. All they needed was a camera and they could just go off. You know what I'm saying? And when the DVD era was no longer around, everybody started to move on to music. And Fox just seemed like a lone wolf. I know that he had a relationship with the Trey side guys and shit, and he was highly respected in the Bronx. But he just seemed like he didn't have any musical alliances. And when people started to pair off into cliques and shit like that, he was just like a lone wolf. And this is my opinion. Um, Very cool dude, free spirit. If you ever met him, he was different. He was different. Always had something positive or deep to say. He was different, man. He was just different. But it's my understanding that in recent years, he had been his paralyzed from the neck down. I appreciate the super chat. In recent years, he's been struggling with some mental health. He has some mental health problems. I'm so sad that this happened to Fox, man. Fox was harmless. And I was talking to somebody this morning and shit, and I feel that he probably got to the point where he didn't want to be here no more. He just like forced the police hand and shit like that. After all, after what he did, he couldn't like come back and be um, accepted in hip hop as being normal and nothing like that. Like that, the moment that he went out there and did what he did, his life was changed forever. So I guess he just pressed the issue until they did him up. But the police ended up killing him and shit. I don't even know what to say. I don't. Some people take things very, very hard. I think Fox was probably like heartbroken and shit, man. Like he was an MC, man, and everybody didn't find their way in the hip hop art form. Everybody didn't find their way. It just make you say, you know, what happens to a guy when he no longer has a stage. You got some dudes. I was talking to a friend of mine this morning and shit, and he's a ball player. And some niggas never found an identity. And I've seen niggas just, some of them turn to drugs, some of them turn to alcoholics. Their love or their passion for a certain thing. And I know that Fox wanted he wanted the hip hop shit, man. Didn't find his way. If that sounds right. People be way too. He was going through some mental problems. He probably was like paranoid, schizophrenic or something. And ain't no telling whether it was like drugs involved and shit like that. Fox struck me as the type of dude that probably would experiment with a little drugs and shit. That's just the impression I got from him. Ironically, last time that I spoke to him, he was telling me that he needed me to interview Shells and shit. And he was telling me the Shells was, you know, I asked him what happened to Shells, and he was like, man, Shells kind of like went through some mental problems. He was describing Shells' situation as going through some mental problems, and come to find out, he was dealing with the same thing. For those of y'all who don't know who Shells is, you can look him up, Shells. Shells from the Bronx. He was a battle rapper, MC, was all over the DVDs, was a big star. I think Shells battled Jin before. Shells was one of the guys from the Bronx. Big name, big star, on the rise. And then he just disappeared. And it didn't make any sense. Whatever the case, I ended up encountering Fox and Shells together on Facebook some years ago. And we stayed in touch through Facebook. And ultimately, Shells just kind of like, I don't know what happened to Shells. Hassan crashed out on live. Who cares? A lot of guys in the streets have a hard time with that rap shit. Their time came and went so fast, they didn't notice it was over until years later. You can't tell me that the rap shit didn't have a hand in what happened with Fox 5. You can't tell me. He just didn't find his niche. He just didn't find a place where he fitted and was accepted. And a lot of his contemporaries, a lot of people who respected him, found their way. Fox 5's class would be like Fred the Godson, Party Artie, P, Shells. These guys that I'm naming, these are the early like internet battle rap dudes and shit. Shelly Arnold from Philly, Reed Dollars, Frankie with the Grippers Gone, Eddie Morris. All of these guys that I'm naming, they were like early, battle rap guys and shit. But it doesn't, because I live behind the camera, I ask myself, what happened to these guys and shit, you know what I'm saying? There's no pension plan. It kind of reminds me of, I was watching this documentary about the ABA, and they recently, the NBA helped the ABA establish some type of veterans fund, because a lot of dudes that played in the ABA, they ended up in the gutter. When you see somebody, an old man, and he's 6'8", and he's in his 70s and shit like that, and you say to yourself, I wonder what he used to be. He probably used to be a star basketball player, but the ABA didn't have any pension funds and any insurance. A lot of these dudes, they was finding these dudes in nursing homes, they was finding these dudes homeless, they was finding these dudes in the gutter. And what I'm saying is, life after your moment, it can be difficult for some people and shit. And I think about scrap metal, I think about Sean Brown and Monster, I think about Eddie Morris. I believe Eddie Morris is on Instagram. I think about different dudes who they was the shit, and then now it's just like a flat line. And you ask yourself, what else, what else do they do? Or what else type of passions do they have? Or what was life for them after this moment? Rain Man, rest in peace, and aka Fox 5. Shells was top dog, his name was Ringing, yeah. Jonathan, you gotta go, man. I just told you before you said that. I just told you before he said that was some of our friends. He had some mental problems. The Fox 5 that I knew, he wouldn't have harmed nobody. I think Fox 5 ended up being a Hebrew Israelite. I feel so sorry for him, man. I feel sorry for his loved ones. A lot of people care about him. I got a lot of messages from people, and it's a shame that people don't acknowledge people until they are deceased. One thing that I know that is very, very destructive is isolation. When people start going through something and they are not embraced by their one-time social circle, that's bad. That's really, really bad. I got homeboys that's smoking dope. Homeboys that's alcoholics. But they was the shit in the 90s. When them niggas see me, when I see them, they get the same hug, they get the same dap, they get the same, yo, you need to ride somewhere, you good, you know what I'm saying? Because that helps them along their way. Like, you gotta sometimes remind a person that they matter and shit like that, you know what I mean? But that isolation shit, when a motherfucker get isolated, that's destructive. And I know that that's, Fox probably got in a situation where wasn't no more cheers from the stands, wasn't no more adulation, and it's just a bad space for some people. Wasn't he on Queen's Flip with Gangsta Lou? Yeah, he the guy sitting next to Gangsta Lou on Queen's Flip. They not mentally strong enough to deal with the politics of the game. Fox 5 wasn't from Harlem, he's from the Bronx. It's okay to go to work and go over your goals on the side. You still have to live a life of provision. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. everybody don't got that, I don't know, that motivation, that ingenuity, that get up and go to pivot and find something else until your passion starts to become lucrative again. That's facts. Isolation will fuck you up, fuck up your mental health. So, for those who don't know who I'm talking about, he's the guy. You can look it up. Just Google um, man shot by police after slashing. Just put machete attacks, and they show the weapon and shit. It's fucked up. That some elderly people were harmed in this situation, but at the same time, he meant something to some people. What up? What up? I ain't gonna be on here long. This Sunday, I'm going for a ride. I got my got my machine. It's a cycle. Type in Grand Central Station. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Sparky, what's up, man? I went to the gym this morning and I'm about to get on this bike. I actually rode the bike to the gym, but it's the weather's fairly nice. I'm about to get on my mission. Rest in peace to Fox 5. Rest in peace to Anthony Fox 5 Griffin. You will be missed, man. I see everybody posting old footages, old freestyles of him online. We gotta be giving niggas the acknowledgement while they living, man. Gotta be telling niggas they great while they living. There's people that have motion. There's people that have motion who wasn't, including Fox 5. And it helps, man, if you could just... I just interviewed DJ Clue, right? I just interviewed DJ Clue. I just interviewed DJ Clue, and I just interviewed Cadillac Ty. There was somebody with me that you didn't see. This is one of my homeboys who has been battling drug addiction. Nigga love hip hop. Nigga was a live nigga growing up. I feel he's still alive. He was battling drug addiction. I hit him up. I'm like, yo, you want to roll with me, man? I'm about to go interview DJ Clue in New Jersey and shit. He said, yeah, man, I want to go. I took him with me. You ain't got to bring no money. You ain't got to worry about no food, no nothing. Let's roll and shit. And people need to be doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If you love somebody, if you care about somebody's well-being, little shit like that means something and could change the trajectory of somebody's day, for real. He said, who was at the board from DX? Yeah, I had one of my guys with me and shit, you know what I'm saying? He got a chance to take pictures with DJ Clue, and he was in Cadillac Ty's mansion with me when I interviewed him. Anyway, I gotta get on my mission, man. I'm about to get on this bike, man, get me some rec. It's Sunday. Whatever you guys do, don't get fat, man. It's an uphill battle, man, that you might not win. Rest in peace, Fox 5, man. One.